Hello everyone, welcome to our first lesson in Design Sprint and Thinking, titled Introduction to Design Sprint and Thinking. By the end of this lecture, you are expected to be able to define Design Sprint and Thinking, to identify the critical path for Design Sprint approaches, to identify the Google Ventures model flow, and to discuss advantages and disadvantages of Google Ventures model. To reach these goals, our lecture is organized as follows. First of all, an introduction. Then we respond to the question, why design sprints? After that, we'll enumerate reasons for running sprint. Then the critical path for design sprint approaches. We will, after that, define design thinking and the Google Ventures model flow, and the advantages and disadvantages of Google Ventures model, and finally, the conclusion. A brief review of the traditional development process shows that it consists of requirement phase, design, implementation, verification, and maintenance. But this traditional development process suffers from many problems like customer feedback and testing, which take place at the end of the project, leaving less space to the developer to correct the misunderstood requirements, and it involves heavy-weighted documentation, wasting of time and resources. Design sprint is a new approach. It is a structured and time-bound approach to solve a problem and test ideas quickly. So why design sprints? Because it is short, cheap, and fast-paced. Test ideas and solutions. It focuses on results instead of research, and we can create or improve solutions. So the reason is for running a sprint: deep connection with customers, improve faster and cheaper, co-create solution with customers, sustain an entrepreneurial culture. The critical path for design sprint approaches, it consists of 5 steps: kickoff, user research, idea generation, prototyping, adjust, and iterate. In the kickoff phase, it involves the preparation of materials, challenge definition, as well as recruitment of users and setting up the environment of the sprint. User research, the team delves into understanding user thoughts and actions to gather relevant data. It is about identifying the user needs and the main points to solve real problem and address real needs. The third phase is the idea generation. Here, the sprint master and the sprinting team gather together with end user specialists, stakeholders to generate idea. The fourth step is when the team creates simple prototype, then tests the newly created concepts with end users in order to gather valuable feedback. Finally, to adjust and iterate. Based on users' feedback, the team makes adjustments and iterates on the design, testing the refined concepts with users again if necessary. The Google Ventures popularized this methodology when Jack Knapp published the Google Ventures model in his book Sprint: How to Solve Big Problems and Test New Ideas in Just 5 Days. The Google Ventures model inherits most of its techniques from design thinking. So we will define design thinking, which is a user-centered approach to problem solving consisting of 6 distinct phases: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test, and implement. The Google Ventures model flow is one of the lean approaches. It consists of 5 days. The first day is when the team defines the challenge, makes a map, defines target customers, and talks to experts. The second day is the sketch day. It starts with the benchmark research inspired from or use or remix or improve. The team then defines how might we questionnaires And finally, it moves into idea generation. The third day, the team decides on the best solutions and moves on creating the storyboard. In the fourth day, the team will build a realistic prototype using the storyboard as a basis, and then to do a trial run. Finally, in the fifth day, we test the prototype with users, then watch and learn from them. Now, the advantages of using the Google Ventures model: it inherits tools from the design thinking. It is easier to recruit users since user sessions take place only on the last day. And it is great if we have high quality raw input coming into the sprint and we can put together a very diverse and creative team. The disadvantages: it is very little exploratory research, no co-creation with users, which may turn off the gathering of user insights and user-generated ideas at early stages, and the team builds first and learns from users last. As conclusion, in this lecture, we discussed the problems in traditional development methods. We outlined the benefits of design sprint and the critical path for design sprint approaches. We defined design thinking, the Google Ventures model flow, and we discussed the advantages and disadvantages of Google Ventures model. Thank you.